Good day all of you wonderful people, welcome back to another episode of Something Cinematic Tutorial Fridays, and today we are speaking about ISO, shutter speed and aperture, and I'm going to explain to you guys so that you know how it all fits together and you can master your manual mode. So what is ISO? ISO is the level of sensitivity of the camera to available light. So what happens when you decrease or increase the ISO? Well, when you decrease it, the sensor becomes less sensitive to light, and of course when you increase it, it becomes more sensitive to light. So you guys need to remember, your image sensor is the most important part of any camera because it plays the role of capturing the light and then transforming that light into the image. So when would you like to increase the ISO? You'll increase the ISO in different reasons. One being if you're in a low light area and you would like to avoid blurriness. And another example is, for example, if you want to take a picture of a flying bird, you'll increase your ISO a little bit just to get it a bit more crisp and clear and get that perfect shot. Okay, so now let's have a look at this picture, and you can see here in the candles starting at 100 ISO, if you turn up your ISO every time that it starts increasing the digital noise. Let's have a look at this building. Now if you have a lower ISO, you can see there's less noise in it compared to the higher ISO level, which has extremely noisy and just distorts the picture, and it doesn't make it look nice whatsoever. Right, so moving swiftly on to aperture. What is aperture? Aperture is the hole in the lens that captures the light, sends it straight into the sensor, and that creates your image. So once you release the shutter button, the hole opens, the light comes in, and it starts the whole transformation process. So the larger the hole, the more light to enter. Of course, it's very straightforward. And of course, the smaller the hole, the less light will enter. Aperture has the direct connection to depth of field. Now, what is depth of field, if you may ask? Now, the subject in the foreground is beautiful, you can see everything, and then you have the background which is blurry. Now, that is depth of field, otherwise known in the photography language as bokeh. So this just gives a bit better dynamic range, a better aspect to your picture. It just looks so much better. So the smaller the hole, the more depth of field you will get. And I'm going to show you a picture here and I want to explain to you. So this might be a bit confusing, it was for me in the beginning. So the smaller your f-stop number, the bigger your hole will be. Moving on to the higher your f-stop number will be, the smaller your hole will be. Just try to remember that if you start working and playing around with your aperture settings. 4 more pictures that you will see the difference in the f-stop numbers, which will show you the depth of field. Nice example of a bunch of eggs. So this is the first one. You can see the background is nice and blurry, the front egg is nice and crisp. Then you got the second one where the background becomes a bit more clear. Third picture, a lot more clearer, and then of course your fourth picture, everything clear. So before we carry on, just to let you guys know, your ISO, shutter speed and your aperture plays a big role in getting the perfect picture. This is why you have to play around in your manual settings so that you can get used to it and comfortable, so you can always try and shoot in your manual mode. If your camera doesn't have the manual functions, okay, it will be pro, manual, somewhere in your settings, in your camera settings. Have a look. If it's not there, go to the Play Store, download yourself a third-party camera app and start shooting in manual. If you would like to know what apps there are and which are the good ones, definitely hit me down with a comment below and I will let you know which ones I've tried out and the ones I do recommend. Right, moving straight on to shutter speed. Okay, shutter speed is, what is it? I don't know. Shutter speed is the amount of time your shutter is open to exposes the image sensor to light so you can capture your picture. So you can play around with your shutter speeds, see what works for you and all that. At the end of the video, I will show you guys a little picture over here again, a cheat sheet, so that you know roughly what shutter speeds to go with depending on what you want to capture. From when should you start using a tripod? I would say roughly about 1/60th of a second and downwards. I use a tripod if I shoot at that shutter speeds, just to avoid any blurriness in your pictures. Have a look at this little, I don't know what this is called, but you can see here in the different shutter speeds the different effects that you get. Now there's a lot of different ways to practice your shutter speed. You can go somewhere where people are running and you can shoot them, cars driving by, try to get a picture of the car in focus and the background all blurry. That's a very good technique to have, but very hard to master. And then of course one thing that I'm slowly starting to get into now is the trail lights. You've seen that pictures. I'll actually show you this picture. That's actually one that I did on the phone, standing on a bridge above the highway at night, and it came out pretty good.
Alright, well that's it for today's episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
So if you have not yet smashed that subscribe button, I will wait. Smash it. I'll wait. Did you smash it? Good. Give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below what you guys thought. If you have any other further questions on today's subject, please let me know and I will do my best to get back to you as quickly as possible. Like and share this content, and that everybody else can share in this content as well. I hope you guys improve. I hope after this video you guys take your camera, go outside and just start taking pictures. I'm Wayne from Something Cinematography. It was a pleasure having you guys here. I'll catch you guys next week. Peace and stay safe.